got it. I know not everyone will. I'm okay with that. I just don't want anyone to get hurt. Like, you know what? Last night, look at that woman. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love her.
I tried.
We just wanted to thank you for all the work. The other one, buddy. The other one. Tom Barnett.
I'd be happy to. I don't have to.
Of course.
I'm happy to if you want me to, but if I'm
okay. Definitely if we have time. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
So I was gonna say, like, I concur with that.
I feel like I'm not nervous.
Let them know anything. Let them know they have to turn it into their town hall. I think that's very important.
I don't know what anything. Can I take a picture right now?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Anything else?
I told her about how we met at Strawberry. Now it's just coming back together. Mayor Rollins.
So wait a second, is this your daughter? That's my daughter. Be more proud of her.
And Devin is I can't wait to meet him. I've never met him.
She could talk on the memorial. So maybe we'll just go around a couple times. Like, we'll go around a few times probably, I think. Just make sure we get enough hands in, and then we can talk. And then
Where did she go? Gardner High School.
We'll just go in. We'll hop in right when we get down. So what time it is. Yep. If it's anywhere past...
I mean, I did get this thing on Saturday.
Trina! Hi, good to see you. Yeah, we need to get there by before.
Who else is here?
It's all good, it's all good.
Figure it out.
So we need more
Are you having people like sign up to speak or just come up whenever?
So we basically talked to
I've already talked to you.
already.
Did you have a preference on who?
Yeah, we have a list of speakers that are already
Okay, so we're
signed
setting more like
in.
an energetic tone for the march at the start. That you're, if you want to talk more about common goals, that kind of thing, we'll have you contact you.
I just mentioned you down at the fort. I was there the only one time. You gave your declaration. Oh, the turkey vultures are circling. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, they'll be able to see us too because we're on
I
time.
have some audio orders.
Yeah, and I have some stuff to bring.
Shayna, I'm going to introduce.
Great. Whose side Dawn is
I'll take that when we get
Thank
there.
you.
That's fine.
I love that everyone's behind us too, like when we're speaking. Yeah. I've seen some people who are counter protesters, but they're just chilling, like they're just walking around.
Do you guys like how I did that to
But it
start?
works though.
And then I cut all of that and did this. and I did like 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4.
It works though.
So I literally was like, yeah, I'm definitely not talking.
Yeah. So I don't know. We just said how our plan is still our plan, but I'll just pass as I get home, like down the line once I'm done with it, obviously. And I'm through. Like criminal defense attorney. Like I'm ready. I totally did leave my water bottle somewhere.
No, it's like I've been like talking and running around all at the same time, so it feels crappy. Okay, I just wanted to let everyone know I absolutely love the drawings and the messages you guys are doing. Please continue doing them. I have all this chalk up here. Come get chalk right on the sidewalk. Let's go. It's amazing. We'll send so many messages. Let's go, guys. It's beautiful. The kids are doing better than all of you.
Come get your shot.
There's also people.
Yeah, Jill.
So we only had so many to give out. So what we're doing is asking people that are educated in it to go around and let people know where that they can get
Right
a bunch
in the
of questions
streets.
answered there. They can have them help
Right
fill
on
it
the
out.
other side.
If they turn it back
It
into
was
the
really
town
hard
hall,
for me.
yeah.
Yeah, when I went to try and get it from town hall, I mean, you really had to jump through hoops. To get it.
oh, you did?
Yeah, it was not easy.
Oh, I just printed out a bunch. Yeah, definitely.
I saw it.
Thank you. But we went to the Lewiston event. Yes, but oh, well, yeah, right. Can't count. No. This week was different. What is the name of this?
So, hey guys, I'm Jordan.
It was on my name.
Right now, Patrick on the speed.
So, I'm wondering, should we have Israel start speaking and then we can go over our stuff?
What? What?
What are you saying? Sorry.
Hi.
Looking for it, guys.
Yeah, I'm Ben.
Hi, I'm Derek Hyatt.
Oh,
I have him right here.
okay. Perfect. Perfect. So he'll be speaking towards the end when we get down near the police station. Is that okay, or would you rather speak?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Trouble walking.
Okay. Yeah.
We did have one person that needs to get to work, and then once he speaks, we're going to go over everything, and then we can have the mayor, and we can definitely get sometime after that.
Okay, so we'll just chill out here.
Yeah, definitely have them come right up.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Okay, so does that sound like right? Hello, everyone! Can you hear me? Okay, I would normally take this time and go over all the things that we want to say, all the safety precautions, but we do have a voice that needs to be heard. So before I do that, I would definitely like to hand the microphone over to him. This way he can speak, be heard. Then we'll go over all the guidelines that we need to follow, how to be safe, make sure we remain a peaceful protest. So here it is. Thank you.
Can y'all hear me? Alright, I'm gonna try and keep this short because I'm on a lunch break. I'm a lunch break revolutionary today.
It's the only kind.
Right. Especially with this economy.
What economy?
I want to start out by saying that my heart goes out to the families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Eric Garner, and all the black and brown families that have lost people to state violence. I also want to say a word of support to all of the tribes of Maine and around this nation who are often the victims of heinous crimes and whose pain and trauma is often invisibilized in this country. I'm gonna try to keep this peaceable, but that's hard for me because my soul hurts for this country right now. And it's hard because when you hurt, you do things sometimes that you don't always agree with because that's the only thing that offers you any sort of relief. Simply put, justice doesn't exist. Perfect justice is the righting of a wrong. There is no righting the wrong that happened to George Floyd. There is no righting the wrong that happened to Breonna Taylor. There is no righting the wrong that happened to David Okop right here in Portland.
Yeah.
No human has the power to return life to those we've lost. There is no righting the wrong of centuries of plundered wealth through discriminatory financial policy. There is no righting the wrong of years stolen by racist policing and disproportionate sentencing. There is no righting the wrong of opportunities not given, of things which could never be because they never were. Those things are forever gone. Instead, we must pursue imperfect justice, which is the promise of future justice, of future opportunities, of future balance, and of future prosperity.
Hell yeah!
I just want to say one last thing. I'm glad to see all these people out here. All this humanity is beautiful. But I still live in a state where we don't have a public defender's office. The only state in America without a public defender's office. That needs to change. I can't even walk around my own neighborhood at night to calm myself from the day that I've had without being stopped by police. My neighborhood, y'all ain't out there like I am, but yet I get questioned. And that shit needs to stop.
I just want to thank him for coming out here, taking his lunch break to be a part of the movement. It was a very powerful speech. I hope everyone was able to hear it. I'm going to pass this over to Jordan so she can say a little thing.
Thank you! Yeah, thank you, Pastor.
Hi everyone, I'm Jordan. I'm one of the organizers and I just wanted to welcome everyone. I wanted to thank everyone for coming. I mean, look at this turnout. After that, I just wanted to obviously extend our utmost gratitude for all of you being here, and we're just so thankful for all the support you have given us. I wanted to help organize this protest so we can allow Black voices to be heard and to influence change within the legislation and the police system.
Yeah!
Today we are also here to remember those who have been affected by injustice and racism. And being a young white woman in today's society, it has taught me I am privileged because I am able to educate myself on racism and how to be an ally. I'm not living the racism that all of the oppressed are. That is why I am privileged and I am here today to let those voices be heard. I just wanted to conclude today, right now, this is my biggest step in becoming an ally, and I am here to be an ally. I hear you, I see all of you, and I stand with you. So, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Yasmin Wadley. I'd like to start out by thanking you all for coming. This means so much to us. It started off as just a small protest that we were going to put together, and we had no idea that this was going to be the turnout, so we just want to thank you guys so much. I have lived in Augusta my whole life. My mom is an immigrant from Africa. She's also Muslim, and my dad is white. So I've seen both sides of this community, and I've seen us stand together, and I've also been treated differently for the color of my skin. And that's why it is so important that we stand here today and use our privilege here in Maine. We're a primarily white state, so it's important for everyone to use their privilege to protest here today. My family was scared for my life. My family was scared for my life to come out here and speak today, and that is a fear that white people in America will never have. Breonna Taylor was shot in her own bed, and that is a fear that the white people in this country will never have. She was shot by police officers in her own bed. So I just want to say that it's so important that we come out here to put an end to systemic racism and use our voices. It's so very important, and we're just very overwhelmed by the support we got today. And thank you guys. Black Lives Matter.
Hi everyone, my name is Patrick Weber. I lived in Chelsea for 19 years, Augusta for 2. I've been in Monmouth for 3 months, what's the matter? I've been in Maine my whole friggin' life. Everyone here is white, so just wanted to state that we really are like the whitest state in the country. So if you don't believe that racism lives here, you need to wake up. So in light of all of the events that have happened recently, I just kind of want to mention 3 people that are black trans people. Iana Dior was recently beaten by a mob over a simple fender bender in Minnesota. Tony McDade, shot by police with no warning, supposedly suspected to be involved with a stabbing earlier on. He was said to have a weapon, and witnesses confirmed he did not. This was in Tallahassee, Florida. Nina Pop was stabbed to death in her home in Missouri. Police very highly believe it was a hate crime, and I mean it's very obvious it was. So with saying that, I just wanted to mention I am a gay male in light of Pride Month, especially. I mean, I don't know if you could tell to begin with, but if you couldn't, surprise. So I just wanted to make a statement or two. Internalized impression, meaning oppression from your immediate family, is super real. It's very hard for me to say that. I was given death threats by my immediate family before I even knew what gay was. Said if I was to be found gay, they were going to kill me. I had to fight with someone about gay marriage that was very close to me and my immediate family to get them to just see why it did not affect them whatso friggin' ever. And just so much more. But I want you to recognize mostly that as a white person that's gay, I dealt with that. Imagine the black trans community, what they deal with every day. So all Black Lives Matter. Just wanted to restate that. And in light of stating that, just recently I finally got why Pride Month was so important to me, or really why I oppressed it for so long, because I was ashamed of Pride Month for the longest time. And that's because of the things that were said to me that traumatized me for so long. And I wanted you to know that I had to unlearn a lot of my own oppression. I also had to unlearn racism that was embedded into me a little bit because of the same things that were said to me, not necessarily in the same manner, obviously, two different topics, but basically the same way. They taught me how to be oppressive of black people, and I had to unlearn all of that. So, there's no excuse for oppressing people. You can unlearn it. You can be educated. So I'm not going to take up much more time. I'm just going to read a list of names. They're black victims of police brutality, court system injustice, sex trafficking, homophobia, and transphobia. While I read this list, I want you to think of how long it is. Remember, each was a friend and a family member. Remember, each was a human being. And remember, they died too soon. Can you take that? I didn't think I was going to get emotional, so please bear with me if I do. Alright, here it goes. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Marsha Jones, Sandra Bland, Tyrese West, Ahmaud Arbery, Botham Shawn, Tatiana Jefferson, Jonathan Farrell, Renisha McBride, Stephen Clark, Jordan Edwards, Jordan Davis, Alton Sterling, Ayanna Jones, Mike Brown, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Sean Bell, Oscar Grant, Philando Castile, Corey Jones, John Crawford, Terrence Crutcher, Keith Scott, Clifford Glover, Claude Reese, Randy Evans, Yvonne Smallwood, Amadou Diallo, Walter Scott, Eric Garner, Freddie Gray, Christian Cooper, Iana Dior, Tony McDade, Rakia Boyd, Cameron Green, Belly Mujinga, Young Hua, Sherry Walker, Jamie Johnson, Crystal Kazare, Alejandro Vargas Martinez, Otis Gully, Kendrick Johnson, David McAtee, Angelisi Rock, Palma Horsford, Nina Pop, James Sherlock, Shantae Chambers, and Jamelia Stroy. I'm very sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. That was supposed to be emotional. That's how many black lives have been claimed recently. There's so many more.
Yes, there is.
This is why we protest. This is why we're here. The list of the rules.
Oh, rules, yes.
Okay, now kind of gathered myself a little bit. We're gonna go over our little schedule. We don't have a definite time frame. We're just gonna let you know what's going on.
You already did a lot of that, so.
I'm just gonna introduce medics. I think there's some over in this far parking lot. If you could raise your hands, maybe. Thank you. They're down in the back over there. If there's any over this way, please feel. Yeah, I'm gonna mention that. If there's any over here, please feel free to acknowledge or be acknowledged so everyone knows where you are. There's medic vans set up at the Augusta PD. There's also supposed to be 2 tents. I do need to confirm at the Capitol Park east end, so we should be very well set. We don't want anything happening. Okay. Okay, so that's where I'm going with it. Okay, so aside from that, we also need to remember we're in a pandemic. If you cannot social distance, please wear your mask. We are trying to practice all social distancing at all times if we can. With this turnout, though, I don't know. Just saying, I love it. Okay. Okay, so I hope everyone has seen the post that we've made too, about, keeping this a peaceful protest. There's no violence, no harm, no destruction to be done. That's why we have chalk. So nothing can happen to any building. We don't need any reason for this to become any sort of what people want it to be. That being said, if you have no support for this movement, if you are here to deface property, if you are here to cause harm to someone, if you are here to cause any sort of destruction or discord, please leave now! Okay. Okay, so we are going to have our next speaker, the mayor of Augusta, would like to say some words. Thank you. I forgot to mention one thing, since I did just talk about how this is a peaceful protest. With that being said, if there is anyone causing any violence and you're around it, first be safe. Get away from it. Start screaming. Call it out. Stop doing that. Whatever you have to do. Take a knee so we can see them, and they will be ejected from the protest. Take a knee so we can see what's happening. We don't want anyone here that's here for the movement to get hurt. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dave Rollins, and I'm the mayor of Augusta, Maine. And I'm honored to be the mayor of Augusta, Maine. We are the state capital. And I can tell you that the elected officials and all the citizens of Augusta try our best every day, every week, every month to live up to those expectations. This is a great community and a great state. And I certainly feel the energy here today of two emotions. One, of anger. One of deep anger, we're not going to take it anymore. And the second, of deep peace. I do not feel violence amongst you. And those are the people, and that's the people we want to be. So that's very appreciated. And please maintain that throughout the march and the day-to-day in protesting a need for change. I heard you. Before I read you a proclamation, I want to introduce some local elected officials. So if you would please come forward. Beginning with legislative delegation from Gardner, Maine, Tom Harnett, House of Representatives. From the Maine Senate, Shayna Bellows. From the Maine Senate, representing Augusta, Matt Pouliot. And on Thursday night, and from the House of Representatives in Augusta, Donna Mador. I've known Donna since high school, and I know her as Donna Farrington.
Okay, don't say any more.
Where was I? And on Thursday night, we had a city council meeting, and I'm going to introduce Councilor Kevin Judkins. Kevin rose in that meeting and asked if the mayor could read a proclamation today. He thought it would be very important that we let the state and the nation know the heart and soul of Augusta, Maine, and the state of Maine. And not only did I immediately agree, I would be honored to do that, but the council voted unanimously to support that. So I'm here with you today because Councilor Judkins knew it was important. I also have other members of the council that were able to make it. Councilor Mike Mishu, Councilor Reagan LaRochelle, Councilor Heather Puya. I do not have any deep message for you. I do want to leave you with one very important thing to carry forward. What? I want to leave you with a very important message. That it's great to stand up and demand change, but it's more important to stand up and vote change. So what's going to change? It's more important to stand up and vote change. I will read the proclamation.
We demand change! Defund!
Whereas the city of Augusta, by and through its elected and appointed leadership, is fully committed to this statement of core values, which affirms that the citizens of Augusta are entitled to a fair, ethical, and accountable city government that works to maintain the public's full confidence. And whereas our statement of core values says in part that in all actions, city elected officials and all city employees shall be guided by the highest standards of personal and professional integrity, shall support and maintain open communication, cooperation, and respectful disagreement, shall encourage and promote a cooperative atmosphere.
We're tired of hearing old white men speak.
Intimidation and unfair treatment.
Where's the change? We demand change! We demand change! We demand change! We demand change! We demand change!
You damn right we gotta vote it!
Thank you all for speaking your mind. Thank you. They needed to hear that. That was important. They need to hear that. They do. They're coming right now. So here is the Reverend. We have a Reverend here to speak.
Good afternoon, friends. I'm Jim Varner. I'm 86 years young and I've seen a lot of life. And I want to connect with you all. Well, first of all, I want to say, I want each one of you to take the message that you get and the inspiration that you get from this meeting to your community. I want you to contact at least 100 people personally and get them involved in this movement. I want to connect with each one of you in a personal way right now. I want you to follow my directions, okay? I want you to close your eyes and I want you to look at my black, no really brown hand, and I want you to connect with me in a special way. As a matter of fact, no, I want you to look at the hand of my brother, who we're here because Brother Floyd, you're holding his hand, okay? Speak loudly. And I want you to feel that hand. You're holding his hand, now feel that hand. Can you feel his color? Answer me, can you feel his color? No! Feel his hand, keep feeling that hand of Brother Floyd. Does it feel like your hand? Does it? Answer me! Yes! Feel that hand. Does it feel like the hand of a brother, a sister, or a loved one of yours? Does it? Yes! You're holding a human hand that is, you know, individual. We are defined as mammals. A further clarification is Homo sapiens. That's what we are as human beings. And that, my friends, means that we are all brothers and sisters, entitled to all of the same rights. It's a shame that we have to fight for it. Just think, I can hear Brother George right now. I can hear him. He's saying, oh, I can't breathe. Mama, mama, mama! What are they doing to your child? I'm here with 4 policemen. One's got his knees on my neck. 2's got his knees on my back. Mama, I can't breathe. Another one is standing by watching me die. They're killing your son because of the color of his skin. And this has got to stop. It's got to stop. And the only way, my friend, that it's going to stop is that each one of you go to the polls. Vote, 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 and then vote. We've got to get that individual out of the White House. We've got to restore some. We've got to do this. I want to just share a few things with you. As I said, I'm 86 years old. I've been working with civil rights for more than 50 years, my friend. I'm not bragging, but I formed the Greater Bangor Area NAACP chapter, and I was its president for about 15 years. One of the things that we did was establish the Martin Luther King Day breakfast at the University of Maine each year when his breakfast, his birthday is celebrated, and we have 400 or 500 people. I worked with the University of Maine and established the first black student union there, which is active. And my fondest thoughts and memories is working with Dr. Martin Luther King back in the early 60s, marching in Mississippi, helping to get people to vote. I had the pleasure of attending his I Have a Dream speech in Washington, D.C. in 1963. Sadly, very sadly, I attended his funeral in Atlanta, Georgia in 1968, walking behind a mule-drawn carriage with his body, along with Robert Kennedy, who was then the Attorney General of the United States, and he was murdered later that year. I want you to think about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I want you to think about his dream that he had for this country, where little boys, little white boys and black boys and people of all races will sit down at the table of justice and celebrate together. It's possible, but it's not going to be possible without your involvement. Oh my, my, my. think about how my black brothers and sisters are victimized throughout these United States. We've got a broken court system that abuses them. We got police that are killing them. We've got the books stacked against us. We're the first hired, last hired brother, and the first fired. What America needs most, my friend, and they ain't got enough of is love, sweet love, fair treatment, and I know surely, my friend, there's enough love for everyone. Now, I don't want you to forget a commitment that you are making this afternoon to get involved and to get others involved. It cannot happen unless you make it happen. Let's give life to Dr. Martin Luther King's dream of America. And let's do it now. The hour is late, but it's not too late. What? Leave them in the car. Let us bow our heads and let us pray, whomever your God or whoever you worship. Dear Heavenly Father, stop by here, Lord. Enlighten and touch these individuals that are here, that they might go out and we do our utmost to think about the injustice, racism, discrimination, black people being persecuted for no reason, a broken police system, dear Heavenly Father, with people that are abusing and murdering and arresting for no cause people of color. We've got to put a change to it, Heavenly Father. Give us the wisdom and the wherewithal to do this. My friends, believe it or not, the whole world is with us right now. The whole world is with us in our cause. And you know what I say right now? No peace, no justice until we've got justice. No peace without justice. Let's stay behind this and let us not leave this place without making a personal commitment to yourselves. It's not up to someone else to do this job of healing this nation, of protecting and saving the lives of people who look like yours truly. It's within your grasp, but it can only happen with your commitment. It can only happen with you, Y-O-U, personally. And if we don't do it now, when? If not now, when? And if not you, who? If not you, who? If not you, who? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, my friend.
I'd like to thank him for coming out. That was awesome. Thank you very much.
to lift each other up and to bring justice to those like Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, and every single black boy and girl who has ever fallen victim to the corrupt criminal justice system here in the United States. While we march together today in unity, I want you to feel the energy that surrounds you. Scream their names and yell loud for those who couldn't even breathe. Protest so that those that come after us will never have to. This march today will come to an end, but we must remember that this battle is far from over. And with that I say, Black Lives Matter!
Can you hear me? No justice, no peace. Say it with me. No justice, no peace. 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 I can't hear you. Justice, no peace. I can't hear you. Justice, no peace. No justice,
Breonna Taylor. She was sleeping. Say her name with me. Breonna Taylor. 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 She was sleeping. Officers walked into her house, shot her 8 times. 8 fucking times! Unacceptable! You know why they did that? Ask me why. Why? Because they have a system that protects them. Yes. The officers have a system that protects them. Yeah. What are we going to do about that system? Break it! Say it with me! Break it! Break it! Break the system! Break the system! Break the system! Break the system! That has to go. Amen. That has to go. For too long, we have been fighting this battle. And we're sick and tired of fighting this never-ending battle. We are. We say no more to systematic racism. We say no more to police brutality. No more! No more! No more! No more! No more! No more! Every time I see a video of my brother, of my sister getting killed, all I feel is anger, sad, and pain. That's what I feel. But I'm used to the fucking pain. I am. I'm used to the fucking pain. It's not. This is not the way. You say America has democracy. Where the fuck is the democracy? Where is it? Where is the freedom? Where is it? Where? This right here, all of you that are here today, you guys are that fucking democracy. You guys are that democracy. We need to vote because that's where we pick the people we want to serve us. We need to vote. I'm serious. Please vote. That's how we get. If you don't vote, we get people like Donald Trump. No, we can't have people like him. No. No to that. No to that. Yep, he gotta go. So, you will vote. All of you here will vote. That's how we get rid of him. Voting. Go vote! Go vote! And for me, I believe in education. With education, we can change ignorance. We can educate bigots. We can. We can educate them. Okay? So please, for my white allies, use your privilege. Use your privilege. Educate your mom. Educate your dad. Educate your uncles. Educate all your relatives. Educate. 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 You got brain, I got brain too. Just because your skin is lighter doesn't mean shit.
That's right.
Doesn't mean shit. What we need is to fight the system. If we don't fight the system, if we don't end systematic racism, we will continue to have protests, we will continue to fight, and we're tired of fighting. So please, all my brothers and sisters here today, let's continue the fight, okay? Let's continue the fight. The Black Lives Matter movement began with a hashtag. After the murder of Trayvon Martin, Alicia Garza posted on her Twitter, literally just a tweet that said, Black Lives Matter. It took 7 years for that hashtag to become a revolution. A revolution! And for those that say all lives matter, yes they do. All lives matter. Who doesn't know that? Who? But for now, we're focusing on Black Lives Matter because we are the ones getting killed by cops. We are the ones getting killed by your uncles. We are the ones getting killed by your brothers. Black Lives Matter. 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 Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
That's right. That's right. We're at the State House. Earlier today, the mayor of Augusta stood here. Bullshit. Behind doors, you sign policies that kill black people. But you come out here and preach equality. Nope. 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 We need you to stand up. We need you to change policies. We need you to change laws. We don't need you to come here and say, oh, we're fighting for the same cause. We're here, we're in this together. Nope, I don't need to hear that. And you guys don't want to hear that. No. No, we don't want to hear it. So today, we will have a peaceful protest, and we will continue to fight. We will be heard, and we will stand as one. We have one vision. Like he said, if you have any ill intentions, dismiss yourself right now. Bye. Say bye. Bye. So let's get this. And let's work as one. And the fight doesn't end in a protest, doesn't end here. You take it with you to your house. You take it with you to your schools. You take it everywhere you go. And I want to end with Black Lives Matter today. They matter tomorrow. They matter the day after that. They matter 2 years from now. They matter forever. Thank you. Thank you.
So, our next speaker is just about to come up, taking a drink of water. He'll be speaking in just a moment.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devin Moore. I want to start off first by thanking everybody that's out here right now. It means a lot to see so much support, so many allies, so many people coming together for one purpose. And it's absolutely incredible. It's inspiring. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here right now. All right, so I'm going to try to make this kind of fast because, like, I'm ready to start marching with everybody, screaming, being heard. So I'm just going to hit y'all with a couple of, like, statistics that I looked up this morning. In 2017, it was said that African Americans made up 12% of the United States population. Also in 2017, 33% of prisons populations were made up of African Americans. When slavery was abolished in 1863, the African American community began getting incarcerated at a very high rate. Parents are being taken from their kids, kids taken from their parents. Young black boys are being tried as adults and treated as criminals from birth. Unfortunately, there's been an ungodly number of African Americans that didn't even make it to the back of the police cruiser. A recent study performed by Mapping Police Violence in 2019 showed that a black person is nearly 3 times more likely to be killed by an officer. Again, with the black population making up 12% of the United States population, 33% of police killings involve African Americans. Mapping Police Violence also pointed out that 99% of all officers involved had no charges pressed against them. These numbers are heartbreaking and can't be ignored. It's a must that we start holding our officers accountable for their actions because I'm tired of logging on to Facebook and watching my people die. And last thing I want to talk about is our communities a little bit, because although systematic racism has kept us chained and held us against our will, it starts with us today in our communities. Yep. Ask yourself what you can do to make this country better for everyone. Black Lives Matter is the narrative for here today, but this is a battle for equality. We want all lives to matter, black, white, gay, straight, or trans. It shouldn't matter. In order to do that, though, we have to come together and fight for our brothers and our sisters to be treated equally. Yep. It's up to us to educate our youth, to teach our children to be leaders, teach them to love one another unconditionally, stand up against bullying and fight for what's right. It starts today, y'all, right here, right now. Again, thank you guys for coming out. After you leave here today and you go home, ask yourself, what can I do next? What can I do better? Your silence is violence. We have to speak up. We have to come together. Together we are strong. United we stand, divided we fall. Thank you guys for having me.
We have one more speaker, but we hear you. We know. We are ready to march after this speaker.
Hello, Augusta.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm a black barber. I own a black business right here in Augusta. I am a public image. My sign says, am I next for a reason? It's a live question. It's a real question. For every black man in this audience right now, I'm standing here for you. For every black man in this audience right now, I'm standing here for you. So please, I'm from Mobile, Alabama, originally. I'm in Augusta to raise my black kids peacefully. They say the pen is mightier than the power, mightier than the fist. If the pen is mightier than the fist, use your pen. Please, when you vote, don't just vote for the president. Think about the Congress. Think about the state senate. Think about the state representative. Think about the mayor. When you vote, don't just think about the president. I say and I repeat, don't just think about the president. He's just the face. So please, when you vote, think about the president, think about the congressman, think about the state senate. When you march for these looters out here, please be smart. The cops are waiting. Don't give them a reason. On my way here, they did not have billy clubs. They had guns. Don't give them a reason. That's my time. Black Lives Matter. Thank you.
It is time to march. Say it with me. No justice!
No peace!
No justice! No peace! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No peace!
No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
We're going this way!
We're going this way!
So obviously, as you can see, the protesters here at the State House are on the move down towards the police station. It's about a 1.5 mile walk. And as you can kind of see, it's about 1,000 or more protesters that are on this march. And just to kind of recap, if you're just tuning in, there's about half a dozen speakers that were addressing the crowd right under the shadow of the State House. And a big message is urging protesters to remain peaceful, do not incite any violence, no harm, no destruction. We did see one protest organizer passing out chalk so people can write messages in a very peaceful way. David Rawlins, the mayor of Augusta, was up to speak and was introducing legislators and city councilors. But while he was speaking, you could hear some protesters in the crowd chanting, "Where is the real change? Where is the real change? We demand change." And actually, David Rawlins, after that, did stop his speech early. And as we kind of look back up at the hill, there is still people not even in picture of the camera, just to give you a quick show of how many people have actually come out. Everybody wearing face masks. As the protesters are taking a turn onto Union Street, passing by some police officers who are blocking off the road. The first time that these protesters have addressed the police.
No peace. No justice, 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 no peace. Say his name, George Floyd. 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 Say her name. 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 No justice. 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 Let's go louder, louder. You should have been for 8 minutes. No justice. No peace. 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 Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
From this angle, we'll get a very good look at just how many people are here in Augusta as they take this turn onto Union Street. Protesters again on their way to the Augusta Police Department. Now the protesters are lapping around the police department.
I can't breathe. 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 I can't breathe.
And if you're just tuning in,
No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
And if you're just tuning in now, the protesters just did a quick lap around the State House, going back this way on Union Street, circling the Augusta Police Department, and now making our way back to the State House. The chants that you're hearing right now, no justice, no peace, Black Lives Matter, have been echoed throughout the past 20 or so minutes that we've been marching. Augusta police obviously shutting down the streets so that protesters could march. A couple thousand people have come out. There was about a half a dozen speakers around 2 o'clock that kicked off this protest. And now we are right in the middle of the march, and the crowd just keep coming around the turn. It's hard to really get a wide angle shot to capture just how many people are here as we right now on the front steps of the State House. Now protesters chanting, "This is what democracy looks like." And one of the most emotional and powerful speakers that we heard from just about an hour or so ago was a local reverend who actually helped form the NAACP chapter in Bangor. He's 86 years old, addressed the crowd, and now we're seeing the crowd is now lying down right here on State Street and Capitol Street in front of the Maine State House. Now we'll have a good opportunity to see just how big this crowd actually is. When we were up by where the speakers were, we could only really see what was in front of us and to the sides, but there was hundreds even behind us from where we were. And if you can hear the protesters now lying down chanting, "I can't breathe." You can see some people with their hands behind their back simulating people being arrested by police. "I can't breathe," obviously a quote from the video showing George Floyd's murder in Minneapolis. That incident that went viral in Minnesota has now taken over a nation, and right here in Maine. As thousands are now on the ground right in front of the Maine State House. And one of the more powerful messages that the reverend who addressed the crowd earlier was saying is he encouraged people to hold each other's hand, white people holding black people's hands, and asking them if that hand felt any different. And the response was a resounding, "No, it does not." And the message he was trying to send is, there is no color. We're all brothers and sisters. Looks like a car just made a wrong turn here as they drive away, so nothing out of the ordinary. But just to elaborate on the gentleman who spoke, he marched with Martin Luther King Jr. in 1963, and he was also beside Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968 for his funeral. An emotional speech urging the crowd, if not now, when? And if not you, then who? And the images you are seeing now, just a few hundred feet away from the Maine State House. And I don't know if it will ever be possible to truly show just how many people are here, a few thousand here in solidarity. The I Can't Breathe chants still echoing on the streets. It is my understanding that the protesters will be doing this for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. The amount of time that George Floyd was begging for his life. We are now up at the front of the crowd here, where the organizers have been leading this march. The protest, which started with speeches around 2:15, now at 3:45, showing solidarity with chants of I Can't Breathe.
Help me, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Help, I can't breathe. 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 I can't breathe.
I've moved about 20 yards away, but as you can see, the crowd is now in silence for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, showing solidarity for the amount of time in that video of George Floyd's death, the amount of time it took for police officers to eventually end his life. The only things you can hear now is just the birds chirping, as you can just see hundreds of people on the ground now, not making the slightest of sounds. Now, as you can see, one of the organizers instructing everyone to put their hands behind their back. And I don't know if you could pick up what she was saying, but she was saying, "Feel it." Again, this is all taking place right in front of the Maine State House in Augusta. Thousands of protesters from here where we are all the way down State Street and through Union Street. So just to give you an idea of just how many people there are here, we got a shot across the park and you can still see hundreds of people looping around to get up to State Street, walk by the State House, and come back this way where the beginning in the front of this crowd has been. Everyone was just lying down with their hands behind their back in solidarity and in silence for 8 minutes and 46 seconds in remembrance of George Floyd, whose murder ignited the nation and protests in all states and right here in Maine. And one of the last speakers that addressed the crowd at the State House was a black man and a black business owner. He owns a barber shop right here in Augusta. And his main message was, the pen is mightier than the fist. And what he meant by that is people need to get out and vote. That was a huge theme of these speeches that we heard about around 2:15, is get out and elect the change that you want to see. And that was just, urged and emphasized when every speaker took to the podium. And another big thing addressed is there have been some talks and some sightings of police in the area trying to keep this a peaceful and civil protest. And the last thing that gentleman urged to the crowd is, don't give any police a reason to start violence. The peaceful protest, that idea, is something that you've been hearing all week. And keeping it peaceful is the main message that organizers and protesters alike are trying to keep here in Augusta. Protesters now back in that same loop that we just walked, taking a right on Union Street, circling back by the Augusta Police Station and up through the State House. An oval-shaped route that we've made once, and now protesters marching it for a second time. The first time we walked around, there was no gathering in front of the police station. No police were outside, and this crowd did not stop. And like I was mentioning, the shape of this route is like an oval. And when we were just last had visibility of the park,
No racist police. No justice, no peace. No racist police.
55% of black babies are aborted. 55% of black babies are aborted.
there's one gentleman here behind the camera
You're not giving this man any airtime. Good. Yeah.
trying to get the crowd riled up, but protesters are not letting him have his moment here. When we first made this lap around Union Street, we were up towards the front, but now that we are right in the middle, and you can just see on both sides how packed the streets are with protesters, like we've been saying, a few, or at least a couple thousand here in Augusta. And as you can see, the sign right there, the Augusta Police Department, is where this crowd is making its way for the second time. The first time we didn't see any police presence out front. It doesn't look like there are any right now. But hopefully this can kind of give an idea of just how big this crowd is. This is kind of a little break that they've been taking from the normal route. They're going to go all the way up towards that American flag by the YMCA, loop around the park, and then go right back up on State Street by the State House. And I don't know if they're going to keep doing this lap again or if this will be the final time, but this is the second time now that protesters have made this route. just speaking with a few organizers, it looks like they're going to do a quick lap here, hang up some signs in clear sight of the police station. Right here we see a sign being hung on the goalpost in front of the YMCA. Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace, disarm police. One organizer having everybody stay on the
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Sorry, Facebook.
Devin is okay. As he gets up there.
Oh, I have some. Yeah, sorry I lost you guys.
No, we're sorry we lost you.
Well, I kind of ran off. I found another friend of mine. I ran off for a second. Then I kind of kept running off.
As we get a shot here of the last protesters filing into the football field.
Let's go, take it to the street. No one has even seen us. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's take it to the street.
So the organizer of these speeches and that protest at the State House is urging people to stay, as we see a few individuals now wanting to go to the streets. Others urging them to stay, saying stay to the message, stay to the message.
Everyone here needs to participate in that. We have an overwhelming crowd. If they get thousands on thousands of letters,
Too much whiteness,
how our
please.
protest was kept so small, they can't deny it. They would have to let us go to the Rotary. They would have to block off Western Ave. But they forced. We've had parades across the bridge. One thing I've always thought of, we've had parades across the bridge. Why can't we protest?
Let someone else speak. Go!
So again, I'm just as upset, not as upset as the Black Lives here, but we are pissed. And we need to write them letters, very strongly worded, about all of this. So, we are going to continue on with our memorial and speakers.
They will shock you. I have a story to share. A few weeks ago, in my own driveway, an older white man, who is my neighbor, stopped me as I was driving out and said, "You can't drive on this road. It's a private property unless you live here." So much emotion ran through my body. But all I said was, "Yes, I do live here." I have another story. My brother and his friends were one day hanging out somewhere at Bates College when a police officer came and said, "Let me see your IDs." Everyone gave their IDs, including my brother. And when the officer came back to my brother, he said, "You're not in the system. You live on Knox Street and you've never been arrested before?" I have another story. One night, my brother was driving my brand new car and he was stopped at a traffic stop. The officer claimed to have stopped my brother because of a tail light that was out. The officer did not ask for insurance or an ID, but rather said to my brother, "You can go. We were looking for someone else and you're the wrong person." Imagine that. All of these instances have happened in our city, Lewiston. And I can't imagine the many black men and women who have similar or even worse stories to share. This is my 4th protest this week. And yes, I'm pretty exhausted. But imagine how exhausting it is when you have to fight against a system that was never built for you. A system that is oppressive and toxic to a race. A system that is inherently ingrained how this nation came about. We can't just have more trainings on racial bias or sensitivity. No more. We need to go beyond that. We need to create a public safety system that is founded on compassion. This is not only about police brutality, it is about our education system, where black kids get suspended at a higher rate than white kids. I remember when I was at a mom's home, and she got a call from school that said her 7-year-old child is being suspended for being disruptive in class. Regardless of race, no child should be suspended if they are under a certain age. What about our healthcare system, where racial and ethnic minorities are less likely to receive preventative medical treatments than whites and often receive lower quality care? Where right now, in our state, the state of Maine, black people are testing at a higher rate for COVID. What about the employment system, where black workers are twice as likely to be unemployed as white workers overall, 6.4% versus 3.1%. Where right at our state capitol, I worked there as a committee clerk, and I was the only black person. The only black person. I felt isolated every single day. Every single day. And the list never seems to end. This is not only about the murder of George Floyd, police brutality that was never filmed. If all lives matter, and I say that again, if all lives matter, Trayvon Martin, Tamara Rice, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Felicito Castillo, Breonna Taylor, and many others would be here with us right now, right? We can't just continue to be at protest. We need to do more. We cannot only go to protest, we need to do more. Everyone, please get your phones out. I have a request. I have a list of demands I need you all to make your officials. Because we've waited for over 400 years and we still haven't seen the changes that we want to see. First, contact your mayors and city councilors to commission a citizen review board for the police department. Write that down.
Is that going through? Okay. I can't hear, sorry, I have a hearing impairment. Sorry, honey.
2, contact your school committee members to get police out of our public school system and replace them with social workers and trained psychologists. Our kids, my brother, who is a 16-year-old, they need social and mental help, not fucking guns. Contact your state and local official leaders to refuse political donations from law enforcement unions, associations, and political action committees. Have you wrote that down? 4, contact your state and local elected leaders to make policing contracts and the negotiations around them public and open to community comment. I honestly hope you are all writing this down. Please write them down. 5, run for office. Last year, at the age of 23, I ran for city council in Lewiston, and I got elected. I have not only walked and spoke with protesters as I am doing today, but I'm also at the table advocating for their interests. 6, please vote. We have a primary in July 14th, and please request your absentee ballot right now. And under this request, city clerks across our state, they have a shortage of supervisors. Please contact them so that you can help at the polls. Please. That's why we have limited polling
Hi. I'm not well spoken like my sister Sophia Khalid, but I just want to thank everyone who's coming out here. A lot of us see exactly what's going on in our country. It's sad to say after 400 years, we're still asking just to be equal as every single human being that's out here. It's really sad that a black man needs to be afraid, literally, like Sophia said, to be in their own hometown, in their own driveway.
Amen.
Literally. I work in this the city of Augusta, Maine, as a case manager. There's literally conversations from all my elderlies, from my grandma, to my mom, to my dad, to every single person in my life, telling me to watch out. If someone comes talks to you who's in a position of authority or power, you need to act a certain way. You need to be polite. You need to be nice. You need to literally lower your voice, lower your music. Don't be disrespectful. Obviously, you shouldn't be disrespectful towards anyone. But when you have to act a certain way and you have to act different because someone might kill you, because they don't like your color, because they don't like your attitude, because they don't like the way you talk, that's really, really, really disgusting to me, to be honest with you, number one. Number two, there's a lot of people who think that, you know, us protesting and being out here is very useless. But the thing they don't understand is that the fact that our country had to let many cities, many black brothers get arrested, get hurt. So many people that I know personally in Minnesota right now, older men, people that could be your dads, your grandparents, getting literally tackled and harassed and beaten down to the ground because they're out there supporting, because they feel the pain that we all feel today. And the fact that they all have to be hurt, and the fact that it took all of these cities and all these people to come together just for four men who's literally watched, three of them watched as their own friend and their partner killed an innocent man who was begging to breathe. Not to get up and walk, not to literally do it, just to get up and breathe. As you all watch the video, literally the people who were recording the videos asking him, just let them breathe, let him breathe. That's all he's asking for. And he sat there while he kneeled on his neck, smiling. So we're not saying all lives don't matter. We're not saying all white people are racist. All we're saying is give us the damn fucking chance to be fucking equal. Our beautiful sisters should be given the same equalities as your beautiful daughters have been given. As our beautiful mothers can be respected with their hijabs on when they walk down the streets. As our dark-skinned people are now looked upon to be animals. We breathe. And we have the same blood as every single one of you. So we thank you so much for showing support. And we would love for you guys to continue. So we can all be equal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello guys, how you doing? I'm Solomon, I'm from the University of Maine. And I just have one request real quick. Can my black brothers and sisters stand up real quick? If you're black, please stand up. I want to see you. I want to feel you. I'm not from America, but America is my adopted home. I came to the University of Maine as an 18-year-old, coming from London, England, and I've seen all of it. My experience as a black man in America is a tale of two cities. In the first city is the city of white people, that when you're stopped by police, it's an inconvenience to where you're going. It's frustrating, to say the most. If you're a black man in America, that's not an inconvenience. You're scared every single day when you leave your house, when you're driving that car, that you could be stopped by police and you could be George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Those things happen. And people have told me, ever since I got here, even when I was in England, that these things don't happen. That this Black Lives Matter movement is useless. All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. When I saw the video, I've been so bad police in America. I've almost been so flawed. I saw the moment in that video where 1 second too long, 1 second longer, when I was handled by police, I could have been to a floor. That's the country in America. The color of my skin is the reason why I'm treated different than my white counterparts. Even though I love every single one of you, like you are my own, I will fight for every single one. I see black futures in this crowd. I see white futures in this crowd. Black futures in this crowd and white futures in this crowd. I see mayors. I see council representatives, Sophia. Council representatives, people that want to make changes. It was the hardest 5 minutes of my life being handled by a white officer. It was the hardest 5 minutes. When I first got to this country, my black folks told me to watch out for police. My black folks. Nobody else. That's the pain that black people in this country have to deal with. It's a systematic problem in this country. It is ingrained in the United States of America's history. It didn't become that way. It wasn't changed to be that way. It was born that way. It was born that way. It doesn't have to stay that way. It doesn't have to be that way. Systems are meant to be broken if they do not work. It feels to me that I was here, I didn't even plan to say it, but when I was looking behind me, look at that picture right there.
Right there.
I see black and white babies dancing, having fun. I see black kids that don't have to worry, right? George Floyd, oh my God, man. George Floyd is in me. George Floyd is in every black person here. His pain is our pain. His worry is our worry. Nobody's baby should have to say, Daddy changed the world, and he just have to die for that. Nobody's baby. George Floyd should be right here with his child. He should have to change the world. The people that we elect should change the world. Thank you everybody for coming out here. To my black brothers and sisters, I see every single one of you, man. I see every single one of my black brothers and sisters, please. Don't stop fighting. We can change this world. There's so many things that we can change this world. And we need to start with getting that motherfucker out the fucking White House.
Can everyone hear me? My name is Quinn Vinyl, and I have been a member of this community for almost my entire life. I am a student at the University of Maine at Augusta, and I work as a custodian for the city of Augusta. on Wednesday, June 3rd, I was followed to work by a member of the Augusta Police Department. He only showed up once I was there, and he only left once I went in the building. So I have a very specific question for Jared Mills, the chief of the police department. I want to know who the officer was, what he plans to do about it, and when is this going to change? Again, I live here, and I'm not leaving. I want this to change. I'm not gonna move. We have the right to say this is not okay, and it will change. We will not put up with it any longer. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to everyone who showed up, and my condolences to every family, not just black, but LGBTQ, Latinx, Muslim, every other minority group that's been a victim of police brutality, because it's not just a black problem.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Craig Hickman. I live in Winthrop, and I am a black man. I am the longest serving black man who has served in the Maine House of Representatives in the 200-year history of this great state. And I didn't want to be here today because I would rather be planting food to feed my people. I didn't want to be here today because all of us are putting our lives at risk in the middle of this pandemic. But here we are. It took the brutal public lynching of a black man under the knees of police officers for the entire nation and people around the world to gather together to finally say, Black Lives Matter. I did not know George Floyd, but I am George Floyd. I have cried for hours, I have trembled for days, reliving one of the terrible places where life can be found. It was the end of 1989. A white man named Charles Stewart claimed that a black man had killed his pregnant wife, unleashing a torrent of police brutality against every black man who they could find within a 5-mile radius of where that murder took place. In the wrong place, at the wrong time, the Boston police captured me just outside a subway station in Roxbury, a black neighborhood in Boston. Head bashed against a car hood, a street lamp, and a brick wall. Thrown to the ground, the weight of rage pinning me down. Can't remember how many of them had their knees on my back. Can't remember how many had their knees on my legs. Can't remember how many had his knees on my neck. Mama, please! I yelled as I did that time, age 12, when I was raped by a white man. Mama, Mama, please. I couldn't breathe. I thought they were going to kill me right then, right there. After what seemed like an eternity of brutality, they finally wanted to know who I was after they treated me for what I was. I told them where to find my ID. An officer snatched my wallet out of my pocket, and after a few minutes, I heard him say, "What's a nigger from Wisconsin doing in Boston?" Take your time. College, I whimpered. That's when he saw it, my Harvard ID. I wasn't sure if it would make him mad or have mercy. I'm still not sure. But I got up, they unlatched my wrists, set me free, but I couldn't get back on no train. So I walked, bloodied, I walked, bruised, I walked, broken. I walked back to my dorm and slept for 3 days. And then I got sick with mystery. Insomnia, night sweats that wet through my futon all the way to the floor, extreme fatigue, panic attacks, excruciating migraine headaches. I spent the final spring break of my college term in the hospital with pneumonia, and then back again with a severe allergic reaction to the medication to treat it. I thought death was knocking. Wasn't sure I would make it to my Harvard graduation 30 years ago today. It was. But here I stand. Welcome, son. After a few weeks, the truth came out. Charles Stewart's brother ratted on him. Charles Stewart killed his own wife in cold blood and blamed it on a black man. That is the reality of this black man's liberty, I'm going to close with a passage from my all-time favorite writer, James Baldwin. A black man told the truth and shamed the devil. Now let me see if I can find his magnificent words. In 1968, he was asked a simple question in the wake of the riots that were taking place all over this nation, in the wake of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Why are black people in the streets? And here was his answer. The reason that black people are in the streets has to do with the lives they are forced to lead in this country.
And they are forced to lead these lives by the indifference and the apathy and a certain kind of ignorance, a very willful ignorance on the part of their co-citizens. Everybody knows, no matter what they do not know, is they wouldn't like to be a black man in this country. They know that, and they shut their minds against the rest of it. All the implications of being a black father, or a black woman, or a black son, and all of the implications involved in a human being's endeavor to take care of his wife, to take care of his children, to raise his children to be men and women in the T-saws of a structure which is built to deny that I can be a human being, or that my child can be. The great question of this country has been all the years that I've been living here, and I was born here 43 years ago, is what does a Negro want? And this question masks a terrible knowledge. I want exactly what you want. And you know what you want. I want to be left alone. I don't want any of the things that people accuse Negroes of wanting. And I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I simply want to be able to raise my children in peace and arrive at my own maturity in my own way in peace. I don't want to be defined by you. I think that you and I might learn a great deal from each other if you can overcome the curtain of my color. The curtain of my color is what you use to avoid facing the facts of our common history, the facts of American life. It is easy to call me a Negro or a nigger or a promising black man, but in fact, I'm a man like you. I want to live like you. This country is mine too. I paid for it as much as you. White means that you are European still, and black means that I am African. And we both know, we both been here too damn long. You can't go back to Ireland or Poland or England, and I can't go back to Africa. And we will live here together, or we will die here together. And it's not I am telling you, time is telling you. And you will listen, or you will perish. And I just want to thank all of you for being here today. It warms my heart to see all the young people marching here, marching there, marching everywhere. I never thought I'd see it. But once again, it took the public lynching of a black man at the knees of police officers to bring about this uprising, this rebellion, this correction. Vote. Vote. Always tell the truth, no matter how hard it is to say or hear. Don't let nobody turn you around. Tell them to get their knee off your neck. Yup. Get up. Yup. Rise up. Love each other. Treat one another with kindness. And take care of your blessings.
Thank you for speaking.
Guys, we still do have a couple speakers. We probably are going to run past 5 o'clock. In that case, we probably will just stay here rather than marching back to the state capitol because we do want to make sure everyone is heard. So please feel free to stay.
First thing, sir, could you just say and spell your name, please?
Craig Hickman, CraigHickman.
Craig, obviously very emotional speech that you just delivered. Why did you want to address the crowd here?
The people who love me told me that I had no choice because this moment is too important. And so, here I am. I could not be silent today, given what is happening in our country to people who do not deserve to be brutalized and terrorized and murdered at the hands of those who we pay with our taxes to serve and protect us.
And you mentioned how you love seeing that this is a younger crowd, and you obviously spent a lot of years in that building behind me. How important is it for kids, you know, my age, my generation, to get out and vote and invoke change?
It's the only way forward because you are our future. And youth can no longer be apathetic, and they can wait for somebody to do something. They have to get up and do it for themselves, and that is what is an amazing thing to bear witness to throughout these weeks of pain and grief and anguish and anger and rage.
Thank you much, sir. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, who did you say?
It's really scary. I got people telling me, like, be careful out here. Be careful, because I got reps in North, and I already know North is just fucking full of people that you don't even want to encounter with. Because they're going to say Black Lives Matter is just all a terrorized group. Oh, trust me. Shit, that's all they were saying at Guilford. Black Lives Matter is just a terrorized group. They all do is loot and rob. I said, shit. We ain't loot and rob. If we loot and rob it, shit, we'll steal the fucking White House. You fucking kidding me? You heard? Keep it a peaceful protest, like I always said. I always keep it peaceful to the day down. Shit, to the night up, to that freaking sun goes up, to the moon goes down. Oh shit. I'm fucking ready for whatever they throw at me, cause shit. Cause I remember that fucking day. I remember freaking Tuesday. It was some other day. I remember my fucking brother being there. My little brother. You fucking kidding me? They freaking bringing fucking ARs, all that kind of shit to that one peaceful protest. And trust me, if someone will call me out on this shit, I'll get my friend with the video freaking of them freaking walking down the street of Portland, freaking carrying ARs and shit. And I got my little brother scared out of his goddamn mind. And the only thing I gotta say is that shit. I said, shit, whoever the Trump supporter, whoever who just disagrees with this shit, whoever, and keep saying all lives matter, not just blacks, get the fuck out of here, get out of my freaking shit, block me, unadd me. Bye! Bye! Don't want to hear that shit. Because if you are always on my freaking comments too, already got freaking people who disagree with that, saying I'm non-legal, I'm freaking all this, that. So shit.
I have video of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
The
thank you.
whole
Thank
video.
you. Thank you.
That truck driver did nothing wrong.
Didn't, hey.
Nothing wrong. And the news media.
What are you talking about? You want the
What
mic?
are you talking about?
Monday night protest.
What about
Shit,
it?
he did do something. Cause listen, like I said, hey.
He didn't drive through.
Cause we were there. Hey, I was there witnessing that. We don't need. Hey, we don't need to hear that bullshit. We don't need to hear that bullshit. Bullshit. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home.
Tyler, go home.
Don't worry about that. Hey, cause hey, like I said, hey, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. They're just proving our point of why in the world you need Black Lives Matter instead of saying all lives matter. Am I right or am I right?
So a lot of times when, especially in times like this, it's easy for us to get lost in the moment and not realize just how much bigger everything is. Something happens, people are, as human beings, we're reactionary, so something will come up or something will happen and the people react. We have to realize this is much bigger than that. As the brother that came up and spoke here, we were all moved by what he said. This was back from '89. Racism is not on the rise in America. It's simply being filmed. We're simply seeing it now. And so this is deeper than that. One of the first policing institutions to ever be instilled in America was in the 1700s, where they were patrolling.
Slave patrol.
Where they were using it to patrol. Are designed to Monday night, it was around midnight, and we were having a stand-up with the police. One of the sisters that was leading the protest, she was gonna go give the announcement for them to sit down, for the protesters to sit down, because it was dragging on. So she went over, as she was about to give the announcement, one of the cops opens his shield, grabs her, and yanks her behind him, where two more cops get on her and arrest her. I went up to him, yelling, "Coward! You're a coward! You're a coward!" And that's when one of the cops next to him, he sprayed me. And when I turned around, I ran, and strangers grabbed me and started helping me. I want to tell you this story to highlight the beauty and the togetherness and the unity in this movement, and to also tell you guys, and to tell them, that they can pepper spray us, they can jail a revolutionary, but you will never jail the revolution. So as we all disperse after today and go back to our daily lives, just remember this struggle did not start today. It did not start yesterday. It did not start the day before that. This is a struggle this is a fight that we will continue fighting. We will continue marching. We will continue protesting. And one day, we shall overcome. Yes. We shall overcome. Thank you all.
Okay, everyone, I just wanted you to know it is 5 o'clock. We are still able to stay here because it is public property. We want everyone to be heard. Though since it's 5 o'clock, I just want to announce we do have a memorial down towards the fence. There's tape down there. We would love for you to tape your signs and help create a memorial. It should be pretty obvious. We have signs of some people that have been victimized by police brutality, racism. I think we've heard the whole nine things. Flowers, that kind of thing. So we can go ahead, see your signs that you can there, and we'll see what we can make out of it. So here's some more speakers. Sorry.
Can you hear me? My name is Lily. Lily Bonner. You can search me up. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to be heard. I'm here to be seen.
Amen.
White people, I appreciate you being here. But this is not no kumbaya shit, and this shit does not stop today. We fucking keep talking. We keep fucking talking. I'm fighting for my rights. I'm scared to have kids. I'm scared to tell them, oh, you gotta be careful. You can't play with toy guns. Watch what you say. Watch what you fucking do. This system has failed us. Healthcare system, police system, education system. So we have to break that shit down. We gotta rebuild that shit up. I'm fucking tired. I got a brother. He's my son. I got a little brother, darker than me, big afro. I'm scared for his fucking life. I'm scared. I'm so scared.
We shouldn't have to be scared.
We shouldn't have to be scared. I'm scared. I got paranoia. I got anxiety. I'm wondering if I'm gonna make it fucking home just going to the gas station. You don't know what this is like. We are black 24 fucking 7. Blue Lives Matter, that shit makes me think about the Smurfs. Bitch, shut up. Like, I'm tired of that. And black people. I'm happy that everybody is here. I really am. But black people, this is not our job to educate them. They need to Google that shit up.
That's
I'm not
your
the
job.
fucking Black Girl Dictionary.
Your job.
I'm here to be fucking heard. I work for care. I help customers. And this one customer was looking for her package. She told me she doesn't live in a good neighborhood. I said, me too. And then she said, well, I live near a lot of black people. She said, I live near a lot of black people. And you can hear by my voice, the way I talk, I don't talk black. But she didn't know. And she was like, George Floyd this, George Floyd that. I said, ma'am, I'm black. And I just went protesting. She hung up on me. So funny. I tried to call her ass back. She wouldn't fucking answer. I had to call my boss. I had to call my boss and tell her what happened. I had to tell her what happened. I had to go out of my way to talk to somebody. Waste time out of my day at work. Because people want to say some ignorant ass shit.
I gotta go.
I'm fucking tired. I'm so tired. And I'm proud of everybody here today. I really am. But white people, educate your fucking friends, your family. And if they don't deal, if they don't want to listen, cut that shit off. There's no such fucking thing as, well, we have different opinions. No, bitch. You're either racist or you have a fucking brain. No, mommy fucking cares. I don't have kids yet, but I'm ready to have them. But I'm really thankful that you guys are here. And I'm glad
democracy.
Yes, this is democracy.
This is the
She
change
blew me
maker.
away. And that fucking mayor to come here and say that bullshit about equality? I didn't experience racism until I moved here. I'm from New York.
Old white men gotta go.
Old
In
white men
office,
do
old
have to
white
go.
men in office gotta go.
Just for you to not know what racism is, really? And don't fucking come here for clout to take a picture and leave, too! One of my friends came here and she explained to me. She told me one of her friends went to a protest yesterday, took a picture and left. Oh, I'm cursing that bitch out when I'm done with this shit. Oh, I'm fucking cold. You don't even know. I get into so many fucking fights, I'm done being quiet. I'm done being fucking silent. And I appreciate everybody here and what we did, but we need our voices heard. There's nothing wrong with walking in the street telling them Black Lives fucking matter. You see my face, yeah? You see my fucking face. I'm pissed off. front of people too. And I can fucking see how I feel right here. My boss told me she was proud of me. She saw what I said. I had a whole thing. She saw me. She's a white lady. She told me I'm not you. I'm a white woman in a white neighborhood. But I'm with you. By the way, Team Mobile, y'all should apply. But I'm just here to tell you, white people, educate everyone if you can. If you hear that ignorant shit, send them a link. Tell them to fucking read it. Because that's how we change. That's how we change shit. And people saying fucking rioting and looting bullshit, bitch, we built this fucking country. We built this country. We built this country. For free. For free. For free. They fucking love it too. They hate the people, but they love the fucking culture.
Oh, they
love
do.
Our men, they love our women. They love our music. They love our. They love everything. We created it. Yo, fucking one dance and everything. I'm just saying, education is key. It's how we change America, and it starts fucking today. Okay? Okay. All right. I hear you.
Next speaker coming up.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, my name's Lauren Headley and I'm a student at Hudson University. I moved here like 4 years ago from Jamaica, so that's predominantly a black community. I've never experienced racism till I moved to Van Buren, Maine, where there's no black people there. When I tell you my family is the only family, like this the only family. I moved in 9th grade and my first experience is racism. I was on a school bus and I had a little crush or whatever, like this one boy was real cute, okay? And I saw him and I was like, hey. And you know what he told me? He looked at me and he said, you know, niggers and white people don't mix. Yeah. I was so shocked. I've never even heard anybody use a hard R like that, and I was like, what? His name? Hunter. There we go. Let's talk about it. That was just one experience. Another experience, I was at school and this girl was crying because her boyfriend did something, I guess. And I was at my table talking to my friends and we were laughing. She thought that I was laughing at her, but I didn't even see her. She came over and she's like, you fucking cunt, you nigger. And I was like, me? I'm looking for who she's talking to because it can't be me. She's gonna look at me and tell me she's gonna slap the black off me. How? Wait. I was like, hold up. So you're telling me that I can just take this black off, hang it up and be like, I've had enough being black today, I'm done. No, honey, that's not how that works. And the school is gonna tell me that I need to ignore it because it was just a joke. It was a misunderstanding. Racism doesn't exist. You're gonna tell me racism does not exist. That she did not target me because I'm the only black student in that lunchroom. You're gonna tell me that it's not because of my skin why I was targeted. Why niggers and white people don't mix. Make it make sense, please. It does not, thank you, it doesn't make no sense. We have people in that same school telling me, well, black on black crime counts for more even though you guys are the majority. First of all, it's just crime, but if we're gonna stoop to your level, let's talk about it. Thank you. Say we have a bag, right, of 100 marbles. 85 of them are white, 15 of them are black. You reach in there and you pick out 14 black marbles and 1 white marble. Tell me you weren't looking for the black ones. Tell me you didn't reach in there looking for the black. Please tell me. Probability and statistics says you are going to pick more white, but why is your hand filled with black marbles? You weren't looking for my black brothers and sisters. That's what what you did. Tell me police brutality does not exist. Racism does not exist since when? We've been oppressed for 400 years and it's going on. Now it's just being filmed. I'm a CNA in Holton, Maine, and I can't go in some residence rooms because they don't like niggers. They don't like black people.
Fuck Holton.
Please tell me. You want me to take care of your grandparents, but you're going to tell me that I'm less than you. How does it make any sense? Thank you. It doesn't make any form of sense. None at all. Let me tell you something. Racism is taught. Those same people have been passing it down from generation to generation. We saw that little white boy playing with the black boy. You think he cares about his color? No. That shit was taught. It is here. We need to get rid of it. We need to use our voices. We need to vote. We need to sign these petitions. Please get Trump out of there. Please.
So I just talked to Maddie. I just said, live face off. That guy. And then Redding launched that the fights of the Reverend for like the cold open up the top. Were they rolling on it back to the station? I think so, yeah. So is that can they edit that in house then? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll tell Maddie that. Are we still on Facebook Live? Oh, I hope not. Yeah. Yeah.
We're here, obviously. We have a gentleman that's a black guy. We also, he started a movement. It's called We All Matter.
Yep.
And he's doing his own stuff. We're not here to protest against Black Lives Matter, but we think that everybody matters. And we've tried to start something on Facebook. He has about 400 followers. I don't know if you guys are interested in doing something like that, because we don't want to interrupt their different perspective of things from a black man that's been living in Maine his whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is it about?
It's about just everybody coming together. Like, I've been in Maine for about 13 years. I'm originally from Ohio. I'm from a low poverty area. I grew up in foster care, so my perspective is different. I really grew up.
Thank you.